If you haven't already bought a Tesla, the big question is, do I buy a Model 3 in general, either now, or do I wait for these new Project Highland updates? Well, we're going to break down new features on the Tesla website that'll help you out with that decision. Do you buy a Model 3? And as an owner myself, I'm going to give you my perspective in today's video. So buying a new car, especially an EV and a Tesla, is a big change for a lot of people, especially if you're a gas car owner. Well, over 2 years ago, I bought my brand new Model 3 rear-wheel drive, and I'm now over 35,000 miles on the road. Well, is this a good car, especially now with record low prices, EV tax credits, and this new Model 3 refresh called the Project Highland? What are some regrets? What are some things I wish I knew? Is it better to wait or buy right now? Let's dive into it with a brand new feature on the Tesla website. You can now go to vehicles on the Tesla website, and there's a new feature that'll actually help me choose. So we're going to go through this, and maybe it'll help you choose not only which model to buy, but when. So first of all, I'll talk candidly about some of my regrets on my rear-wheel drive Model 3. It's now been a few winters here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I have a growing family and a 2-year-old. So my wife and I have personally seen some challenges that a sedan, any sedan, will bring if you have little kiddos that you're loaded into the car. If you have a family, having less space in the sedan in general can be a challenge. But I don't regret buying my Model 3. In fact, the price alone, I paid $40,000, and guess what? 2 years plus later, you're paying actually less than I did back in 2021. So if you're okay with the space, you have a family or you don't have a family, the performance alone sold me. So yeah, there are some things that I regret, especially those price changes. If you bought a Model Y or a Model 3 already, and then the prices go way down because of Tesla price cuts, and you bought at the peak, well, obviously you're feeling a little sour about the price decreases. That happens. But let's move on from that and go to this new help me choose function, and then later in the video I'm going to tell you, should you take advantage right now based on these results, or is the hype worth it and the changes worth it with this new Model 3 Project Highland? Okay, so help me choose. Let's go ahead and click on this. Should you buy a Tesla in general? Maybe you have a Tesla already and you're thinking about trading it in for the Project Highland. This is important for you as well because things change all the time with range, with price. Let's get into it. So the first step is asking you, do you want a sedan or an SUV, or are you flexible? Well, we're talking about the Model 3. So let's go ahead and click sedan. Now, two options come up: the luxury sedan, the Model S, or the more practical, price-friendly Model 3, the vehicle that I have. So again, I'm going to tell you, would I buy right now, or would I personally, if I were you, buy the Highland? So let's get into that in a bit. Let's go ahead and click on sedan, and let's choose the middle, 40 to 100 miles. This is really important. I want you to pause here and maybe consider going to Google and typing in your work address, your home address, and any shopping in between that you hit on a weekly basis. Add up your miles, because this will tell you how far do you actually drive on a given day. You might be shocked with how low it actually is, but for these purposes, I'm going to choose 40 to 100 just because it's in the middle. I like how Tesla answers one of the biggest regrets right here on the screen. It takes about 25 minutes, and that's per Tesla. They're actually tracking how long Teslas are typically charging at supercharging stations. So now you have a concrete example. If you do go on road trips, if you use superchargers for whatever reason, it's not long to charge, and you'll be in and out of a grocery store, a quick bathroom break, or grabbing a snack in 25 minutes, and you'll be back on the road. Let's move on. So how will you use your vehicle? So I'm going to just randomly pick errands, maybe family driving, and commuting. That's probably true for the most of us. And I'm going to click next, and what do you want most from your vehicle? Well, I know when I do polls on this YouTube channel, the range is one of the biggest question marks that people have that don't know a lot about Teslas. So let's go ahead and choose that one. And it recommends the Model 3 long range. But did you notice this? This is actually really interesting here. It's funny, they actually create a spec for you. And what I mean is, for some reason, they chose the blue Model 3 and the high performance sport wheels. Those are add-ons. This is not the base model Model 3. I thought that was kind of interesting. And then they also give you two options. Here you can see option 2, the Model 3 Performance. So this gives you a healthy amount of range as well, but it also gives you all-wheel drive like the long range, but with a faster 0 to 60. But before you do that, you might miss this step. Okay, I have two recommendations, but what's this arrow over here? If I click that, it actually takes me to inventory options. Here is where we transition into, do I buy right now or do I wait for the Project Highland? Let me tell you what your dollar gets you right now, and then you can decide, well, should I wait or are the savings good enough? Maybe I should buy right now. I'm gonna click View Inventory, and this is where you can search within a certain mile radius of vehicles near you. There's huge discounts right now, record low prices, and until the end of December. It's actually very clearly spelled out now on the Tesla website that in fact Teslas will have their EV tax credit slashed in half next year. It spells it out on the website for current inventory. These inventories are brand new and they qualify for the full $7,500. So is that enough to have you buy right now? Because it spells it out right here. It's going down to $3,750 after December 1st. But wait a minute, should I buy right now? Well, why would I? Because these prices are the same as what they are going to be for the Project Highland. It has been said in the examples that we see in Shanghai that the price is not going to change much at all. So why would you get the older model for the same price as what you could get for a new Tesla with refreshed items? Let me tell you why. Reasons to buy right now: full EV tax credit for qualified purchasers, $7,500. Reason 2, state EV tax credits that you can take advantage of. You can look those up on the Tesla website for your estate. And point number 3, utility credits as well, which could give you a discount to install the charger at your house. Now, those are 3 of the most popular, so you can take $7,500 essentially, if you qualify, off of this already historically low price. The biggest regret that you need to listen to on this video, a huge regret. Those prices sound pretty enticing, but one of the biggest regrets that I nearly messed up on was missing a refreshed Model 3. And again, for the same price, this Highland is going to give you so much more. I was lucky. I bought my Model 3 around summertime of 2021 when the last refresh happened. I got things like a new interior console organizer, new handle colors, they're all black, no chrome, and more. I had no idea. I was not following Tesla news. I was not a Tesla YouTuber or anything. I was just watching videos much like you are right now. But now is the best time to wait on your Tesla. The price is supposedly going to be the same. The EV tax credit is still going to be around, and it's actually going to turn into a point of sale credit. So that means you don't have to wait until tax time to take advantage of any credits. It's actually going to come off the price of the vehicle as long as the vehicle meets the price caps. $55,000 for sedans and $80,000 for SUVs. The Model Y is considered an SUV. You will get that at the point of sale, the time you actually take delivery. Trying to save money, I would buy right now because of everything we talked about. But if you want the latest and greatest, there is no timelines, no matter where you look on the internet, for when this Highland is going to come to the States. We are all anticipating this greatly. What I would recommend is subscribing, because as soon as this comes out, it is going to be a frenzy. A final regret that I had that I do want to add that's important to this video, I feel it was one of my biggest pain points, and that is not upgrading to the long range or the performance models. Not because of the range. If you are like most Tesla owners, probably 90% of your charging is going to happen at home. But I don't have the all-wheel drive. In fact, because of electric vehicles being heavier, because the battery, the rear-wheel drive is amazing in the winter weather here in Pittsburgh. It's not even about that. It's just about having more security, knowing that it's an all-wheel drive vehicle. But you'll get by just fine with the rear-wheel drive as well. But what I would say is get the car that you want. These vehicles, they have next to no maintenance. You're gonna enjoy it. It is a great vehicle for a family, for an individual, for whatever needs you may happen to have. I did not use a referral code when I bought my Tesla. Save yourself some money and use my referral code down in the description below. The best accessories, if you are buying a Tesla, are down below as well. Subscribe so you do not miss when Highland comes out. Again, this is Matt, as always, from Frunk to Trunk. We will see you in the next video.